From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN Noon News.
Good afternoon and welcome to your MTN Noon News this Wednesday. I'm Charlie Klepps. Let's get right to our top story. The final outcomes of hundreds of bills passed by the 2025 Montana legislature remain uncertain this morning. Many of those bills complete 2 weeks ago, but Governor Greg Gianforte has the ultimate authority to sign or veto them. MTN's Jonathan Ambarian found that budget concerns are already looming large in the governor's decisions.
Near the end of the 2025 legislative session, as lawmakers debated the budget and other big bills, some lawmakers said whatever the legislature did, Governor Greg Gianforte would likely be using his veto pen to adjust the final spending picture.
Anyone that suggests that they're surprised the exec is going to weigh in on this, well, I walked those halls and I heard it.
All in all, the legislature passed 816 bills this session. As of Tuesday morning, 574 of those have already become law. 208 have officially gone to the governor for consideration, with another 28 still yet to be sent over. Gianforte had vetoed 6 bills as of Tuesday. For 2 of them, one funding noxious weed treatment and one increasing Medicaid coverage for mental health medication, he specifically cited the cost, saying, quote, "I will keenly review the budget and spending bills the legislature passed, making some difficult decisions to protect taxpayers and their hard-earned resources." Senate Republican leaders put out a statement last week saying the legislature hadn't done enough to control spending and that the governor would have to use his veto power to get the budget in line.
I think that people did expect that that was what was going to happen, but that doesn't really give us a free pass, right? We didn't do our job. Our job is to balance the budget. Our job is to appropriate the money.
Senator Carl Glimm from Kyla pointed to a fiscal analysis that says if all the bills the legislature passed became law, the state would be spending more than it brings in by 2028. Representative Lou Jones, a Republican from Conrad, said the legislature met its constitutional requirement by keeping the budget balanced for the next 2 years. He said the 4-year projections are informational only.
As these sheets begin to work, that's becoming balanced as well. That being said, we've got to realize that a 4-year out forecast is exactly that. There could be a bunch more people that come to the state. There could be higher income earnings by the people that are in the state.
But Jones says he too wants to see the governor veto bills for budget reasons, like one that would redirect marijuana tax revenue out of the state general fund. The governor has 10 days to sign or veto a bill after receiving it, but House Bill 2 and some of the other major budget bills are among those that legislative leaders haven't officially sent over to Gianforte yet. In Helena, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.
Well, I do hope Wednesday's treating you good so far as we've made it to the middle of the week. Some of us dealing with some rain and, of course, some mountain snow. Let's take a look around the horn here quickly. Helena, state capital. Yeah, we do have some cloud cover there. Also some clouds there in Miles City. Actually, a little bit of blue sky in Billings where we've seen some rain and we're not completely out of the woods in the Magic Cities. We take a look around with the Doppler radar. You can see we do have some rain west central, north central Montana, northeast corner there, east central, south central Montana, down into Wyoming, even some snow in the big belts and also down there in the Bighorns. We're going to continue to see this, but for how long? We'll have all the latest details and some projected totals coming up with the main forecast here in just a bit.
Now time for today's leading look as we take a look at some of the other stories making headlines across Montana. The end is near for several CVS pharmacies across the state. That includes the Billings CVS on 24th and Grand Avenue. The store is slated to shut its doors in June, according to employees. It represents a larger issue for the drugstore chain. CVS closed 900 stores across the nation since 2022 and will shut down 250 more this year. Montana's congressional delegation is calling on federal authorities to reverse a Fish and Wildlife Service decision and move toward delisting grizzly bears from the Endangered Species Act. Senator Steve Daines is the lead signer on a letter that asked the new acting Fish and Wildlife Director to stop a proposed rule that would require grizzly populations to recover further across the northwestern U.S. before delisting them. Federal authorities announced in the last month of the Biden administration that they had rejected Montana and Wyoming's petition to delist grizzlies. The letter says grizzly populations are successfully recovering and that authorities were moving the goalposts on when states could take over managing the bears. Daines was joined on the letter by Montana's other 3 members of Congress, Senator Tim Sheehy, Congressman Ryan Zinke, and Troy Downing. It's a sound we both hear and don't want to hear as we get closer to summer. Our producer Cody Boyer captured this video of a prairie rattlesnake near Indian Cliffs in Billings, and it's a sight more and more people are experiencing across central and southwestern Montana as the reptile reemerges. A warning for all of you heading outside. Rattlesnakes are out, with reports of snakes already injuring people this spring. But the venomous reptile can certainly present its dangers, especially in the rare chance that you are bitten. Our Haley Monaco reminds us what to do if you see one.
I like running and biking.
Enjoying the outdoors is easy in Montana.
We make a commitment that we try to meet up here probably 3 times a week.
Yep. Taking in the sights and sounds.
The scenery is beautiful.
From a bird's eye view, you can't see them.
For as much as I've been up here, I've never seen one.
But they're there.
As we were walking along, this rattler really hissed at us and was very unhappy that we were in his path.
So they like to be in the sun. They like to sit on rocks that are heated by the sun.
Usually you'll find rattlesnakes in places full of sagebrush and large rocks, like Phipps Park.
Anytime there's an exposure from a rattlesnake to a dog or to a human, people get really concerned.
According to global wildlife rescue specialist Dave Pauly, while you may see a rattlesnake, getting bitten by one is rare.
The risk from snakes in Montana is minimal. On average, there's 16 rattlesnake bites to humans statewide.
Pauly says if you are one of the few to get bitten by a rattlesnake, don't panic.
Many of those have no venom injected. They're dry bites. Keep the bite above your heart if you can. Go to a medical center, call ahead, and they will take care of you. But it's really minimal risk.
As you go explore the beauty the Treasure State has to offer, just remain cautious.
Come up here and enjoy this and not be so fearful, but just be on the lookout.
In Billings, Haley Monaco, MTN News.
In Kalispell, a trademark battle between the Glacier Range Riders and the National Park Service has come to an end. MTN's Derek Joseph has the latest.
The Glacier Range Riders and the National Park Service have come to a resolution in their dispute over the team's Arrowhead logo. The resolution will allow the team to continue using their logo going forward.
Since October of 2022, the Range Riders were in a trademark dispute over one of the logos the team had designed. Representatives from the Range Riders said the National Park Service believed the logos were too similar, but on Tuesday, the organization announced that NPS had withdrawn its claim, ending the dispute.
As an organization, we're very grateful that this came to a resolution in the manner that it did. It gives us the opportunity to focus on what our jobs here are day to day, truly.
Leo Kelly also says this resolution is a relief for the organization, knowing they will not have to abandon the Arrowhead logo.
It means we don't have to reorder all the merchandise, right? So, I mean, as well as a number of other things, the logos have become loved by the community here as a whole. We've integrated it into so many different aspects of our brand that it's become one of the larger symbols that reflects what the Range Riders are. So it's very important to us that we get to retain that and use it.
Leo Kelly says this resolution is a relief for the organization, knowing they will not have to abandon the Arrowhead logo.
With this dispute behind them, the team looks forward to their opening day game May 20th. Reporting in Kalispell, I'm Derek Joseph, MTN Sports.